Good morning, everyone. It's so great to see you, and happy Friday. I want to draw your attention to a wonderful opportunity that'll be happening today, starting at 11:30 to 1 p.m. We all get free tacos from a food truck. Woohoo! I'm so excited. I might eat 17. Maybe 17 won't be free. I don't know. We can try and find out. That would be fun. This food truck will be behind Herb, and there really are free tacos for absolutely all of us, and that includes faculty and staff. Woohoo! These are great folks. This is a great time to celebrate. It's sunny and warm, and don't forget that that's where you go to lunch to get some great tacos, okay? Yay. I am Michelle Hirschberger, and as part of Learning Outcomes Committee, I work with forums, so thank you all for being here. This might be one of my favorite forums of the year for two reasons, because I love and honor and respect these people here and their ministry that you'll hear more about the facilities people. But I also want to highlight two students, Phoebe and Smilla. I love it that we have students who are concerned about different issues on this campus and who take action. Phoebe, thank you. Thank you, Smilla. I know Smilla worked hard on this too. And what a wonderful, beautiful place we have, that we have a place like Forum. So some of the rest of you, I mean, we have all our forums planned for the rest of the year, but next year, first year students, come and tell me, let's do a forum on this or this or this, and we will do it. This is a student-led initiative, this Talkin' Trash, and I love it. And I just want to say thank you so much, Phoebe. And this, of course, connects with our learning outcomes because trash connects to mental health, your mental health. And without further ado, I'm going to ask Phoebe to come on up and tell us a little bit about this. Give her a big round of applause.
So hello, for those of you who don't know, I'm Phoebe Kolb, and I just want to talk to you guys a little bit today about campus cleanliness and just having respect for our shared living spaces. So last semester for a group project in our speech class, my group mates and I sent out a survey talking about campus cleanliness. And one of the questions that we asked was, have you experienced a lack of campus cleanliness, and has it affected you? And so, next slide. So of the 21 responses that we got, almost 100% of people said that on Hesston College campus, they've noticed a lack of cleanliness. So this is really understandable because as college students, this is like a new environment for us. So we have a lot more stress, our workload's greater, we don't have a lot of time to clean, and all these factors just kind of lead into a snowball effect where if one thing is dirty, we don't have the motivation to clean it, it kind of just leads to more and more and more mess. And this can affect us in a lot more ways than we think. So some of the survey responses that we got talked a lot about areas such as the hallways, the bathrooms, the mods, the kitchen areas, and our next slide gives some actual words from students. They talked about the bathrooms being dirty and smelly, the trash not being taken out, places such as the Lark's Nest and the basements were dirty. Just all of these spaces that we share with one another where our irresponsibility is affecting other people. So one of the most important places that we keep clean would need to be the kitchen areas and our bathrooms, but these are also some of the places that become the most dirty. So with our kitchen areas, we make food here, and sometimes there's things such as stagnant water, leftover food, overflowing trash, which are perfect places for possibly harmful bacteria to start growing, which could cause physical effects to us. But also, we have a lot of mental effects from unclean living areas. So the next slide gives us some benefits of clean living areas. So even though we might not recognize it, clean living spaces can help decrease our stress and anxiety, improve our focus, lengthen our attention spans, and just give us better overall health and wellness. All of these will help you have better mental health, they'll help you do better in classes, and just overall be in a better mood. So not only do unclean living spaces affect us and our fellow students, but it's coming to be an issue that it's affecting our facility staff as well. So our facilities staff works very hard cleaning up our campus pretty much constantly. And though it's their job, it's still our responsibility to take care of our messes. Just because it's their job, we shouldn't put our messes on them. We need to learn to take care of, including myself, our own messes and clean up after ourselves. So to quote Michelle Hirschberger, there's a human on the other side of all of our choices. So today, I would like to open up the door with you to meet the people who are on the other side of our choices. So I'm going to invite up our facilities staff, and we're going to ask a few questions and just get to know them a little bit better so we can start taking more responsibility for our actions. Could each of you just tell us your names, just maybe a little bit about yourself, and what your position is and what you do on campus?
I'm Deb Hebert. I'm the administrative assistant in the office. I'm an alumni of HC, and I've been here a very long time. Most of the years have been very good. So I support this team in any way that I can and do many, many other things.
I'm Darlene Corona, the custodial supervisor, and I've been here 25 years.
I'm Marlo Dirksen. I take care of the vehicle fleet, take care of the laundry facilities. I've been here 40 years, but I was very young when I started.
Hi, I'm Woody Miller. I'm the groundskeeper here on campus, and I've worked at Hesston College for 34 years.
I'm Jeremy Avey. I do a lot of the heating and cooling work, the building automated controls, take care of the campus phone system, and the fire and life safety things. Worked here about 9.5 years. Was a student here around 91 to 93. Woody was my admissions counselor at the time. He's the first person I met on behalf of Hesston College. And so I guess I have him to thank for all of this.
Okay, I'm Tim Gehring. I'm the buildings manager. And I have been here for 41 years, almost 41 and a half years. But I will be retiring at the end of this school year. So, but I have, thank you. But I really have enjoyed my job. I always tell people that I will never become a rich man working at Hesston College, but I really don't hate coming to work in the morning. Most days. There are some days that it's a little bit harder to come to work, but yeah, no, it's been great. And you're the reason that it has been great, so thank you.
The last one, sorry I'm late, but everything's got to flow downhill with me. I'm Tim Parrish, facilities, toilets and sinks and drains and stuff. And been here almost 2 years, isn't it? Yeah, almost 2 years. But it feels like 30 already. So, tell you what, and it's great to be experiencing all of these people and their dedication. I mean, you're looking at a lot of people who've been here for a lot of years. That tells you something. They know this place inside and out, and they know students, have been students here. And, you know, I've been a student too, understanding all of those things. It's wonderful. And I'm glad to see you all here. I really am glad to see you. Anything else? Oh, I forgot my list.
You're good. You're good.
Okay, you're good. Yeah.
I'm Jim Mason. I'm the Director of Facilities, and I am actually celebrating my 20th year today. So I, like many of the others here, I'm also an alum. I graduated from here, and can't say enough about this group of people here and how dedicated they are and the quality that you guys are lucky to have on campus. So we're happy to be here. We're happy to share, and hopefully we can work some things out.
I'm Holly Kendall, and I've been here, this is my second year, and I clean dorms and classrooms.
Hi, I'm Mary Jansen. I'm the newbie on the team. I came in July. I'm also a Hesston grad out of the nursing program and retired as a nurse and was bored and came back to take care of this campus. You'll find me at Yost, the admin building, and also at Bontrager Herb and Peachy.
I'm Corey Regier. I am about through my 5th year here. I work in facilities with these guys in many roles. Some of my responsibilities, though, include electrical things and key administration.
Wow, and I love it that so many of you have been here for so long. That does say that you're a tight, wonderful, warm community. Have you enjoyed your time here in your position? And if that's a yes or no, and if so, like, why do you enjoy it, or one little incident?
I would say yes, I definitely have enjoyed my time here. And a part of that involves, a big part of that involves interactions with students, with you guys in different ways, as well as the faculty and staff and the other opportunities. But interactions with you in the various ways has really been one of the highlights.
I haven't been here long enough not to like it. I think the people here are great, whether that's faculty or staff or students, and it makes my day, and I look forward to being here every morning. So thank you.
For me, even though it's year after year, let's face it, there's a fresh set of faces. There's variety, different personalities. You're here, you're with us for a couple of years, 3 or 4 now, and then you move on, and I like that kind of thing. I like the seasonality, whereas in the summertime, it's a little bit quieter, and we get a certain amount of work done, and then during the year, you're here, and you're our primary customer, and so that's a different vibe too. So just like all the fun, believe it or not, we all were once students out there having fun too, operating on 4 hours of sleep, that sort of stuff. And so it's good to see that that tradition is still being held up.
In my time here, I have enjoyed it. My job is really special. I try to keep it as clean for all of you as possible. I really do. Keep things flowing. So, the best thing to do.
It is a great place to work, and being here over 40 and a half years, I always said it was going to be 10 years, and that would be it. But you never know what the next phone call or email is going to bring in. It can be totally change your day, and you just go with whatever happens and adjust accordingly. So life is never boring in our place.
One thing I really enjoy is the variety of things that I end up doing, because I never know from 1 hour to the next sometimes what's going on. The other thing that's been really fun is sometimes we have students work for us during the summer, and we'll have them come back 10, 15 years later and say, you know, that summer I worked for you guys, and we'll start going through some stories, and we usually have a lot of fun with that.
Yeah, I would echo that. I love working at Hesston College. The years just fly by. It's amazing how fast time goes. And we love it, especially, well, I do, when students are around. Summers can get really long and boring. Even spring break last week was sort of like, man, where is everybody? So I really like when students are around. It's fun to see life and activity.
Yeah, I enjoy being here a lot. When I was hired, it was right about 20 years since I'd graduated, and Tim joked that they had to let the statute of limitations run out before they'd let me back on campus. So I'd only been on campus maybe once or twice after graduating from Hesston College. So coming back, though, I was amazed at how much it felt like coming home. Like a lot of things had changed, but a lot really hadn't. And Tim, Marlo, Deb, Woody, they were all here as employees when I was a student here. And there was a lot of faculty and staff around in other areas that were familiar faces. I look around campus, and once in a while I see things. Like there's some floor tiles in the east stairway and east herb that are just a slightly different color than the rest of them. And I know something about why those are different color.
Yeah, I too want to say that I really have enjoyed my time here, and it's going to be really hard leaving this place. But over the years, I guess kind of like what Marlo said, I have worked with a lot of students in the summer, usually hiring 2, if not 3 students. And we actually have had a lot of fun. And these, you take that times 43 years, that's a lot of students, and they come back, and that was probably their first job that they had, and they come back and they remember me, and I have a real hard time remembering them. But some of them I remember, and that has been really a great experience. The other thing I would want to tell you guys is that you guys are really, really lucky to be here at Hesston College. I have visited so many colleges over the last 43 years, and I will have to say that Heston College is on the top when it comes to the maintenance of our buildings and our grounds. We really try to keep stuff up. And you know, the dormitories you live in, obviously they're not new, but I don't look at them as being like a place that's unlivable. They're not really bad in that way. So, you know, but that's one thing that we really strive here to do, is try to keep things really as nice as possible. And I think that you will find out if you, hopefully all you freshmen will come back next year, and if you're South Boards in four-year classes, I hope you all come back, is that you will find that after you leave this place and go somewhere else, that you will realize then, we often hear this, oh, we didn't realize how good we had it when we were at Heston College.
Just maybe for those of you who have been here quite a bit longer, just a short question. Have you seen an increase or decrease in campus cleanliness since you started working here?
I have a positive thing on that topic. So we have a couple outdoor smoking areas on campus. I don't know if you know where those are. There's one in the Kaufman Court parking lot and one over here by the softball field near the Bontrager parking lot. And I would say over the years that those areas, they used to just be, horrible, trash everywhere, and they've gotten a lot better here in the last several years. So that's, I would say, a positive. Our smoking areas are way cleaner than they used to be.
I will say that one man's opinion, mine is, I'm certain that our teaching buildings, et cetera, are clean or cleaner than they used to be. I know the crew that works them, and I know the routine they go through, and I know that leadership gives us enough money to keep things up in a nice way. Dorms, still a challenge, but I will say this. 4 years ago, up until 4 years ago, the RAs were responsible not for just pulling trash, but also cleaning the entire dorm, the bathrooms and the hallways. And that didn't go so well. Literally, not just the trash wasn't getting pulled, but nothing was getting clean. And it was really an area that needed improvement, and so the change was made to where adult employees come in and clean the dorms now. And the one thing that's left is the pulling of the trash, which I think we'll hopefully have some time to still talk about that now. That's still got some challenges ahead of us, but that's my answer.
So, and here we go. What is one thing that makes your job harder? We're trying to think about how our actions affect you all. What makes your job harder?
Well, since I am responsible for overseeing the fire and life safety things, one of the issues that routinely comes up in the dorms when we get our twice-a-year fire inspection by the local fire marshal is cleanliness. And one of the things that they always mention is when there's a big pile of trash and it's overflowing out of the trash cans and it's all over the place. That's just a large quantity of potential fuel for a fire. And the other issue with cleanliness is oftentimes hallways and points of egress will be blocked with stuff. Sometimes it's skateboards and bicycles or whatever. Sometimes it's just empty cardboard boxes and trash that just never got dealt with. So we get written up for that almost every time, and that's just an ongoing challenge to keep that stuff at bay.
I would also make a comment on that. Like, one of the things that makes my job harder is when you guys don't turn in maintenance requests. When you have something that's wrong, if you fill out those little maintenance requests, it makes it so much easier because we know, and said if you don't do that, then we have to constantly be on the lookout, which we are, but I think we could do better if we got all of those requests coming in, maybe more of them.
How has your interaction with students been, and do you wish that students would interact with you more?
Well, for me, it's been different. I mean, I remember being a student and interacting with people on the maintenance department. That's something, they were in a different zone, man. They're a separate city here. But, and we have to do a lot of things to make up for stuff. I guess as far as the plumbing is concerned, well, I've had to unplug things that are incredible. I've got a pair of chopsticks that were down a drain, and the straws, the little stir straws and stuff. So it's a challenge, but interacting, wow, I come across a situation just a few weeks ago that I didn't know how to respond. I wasn't sure how to reply to. things, but I'm learning.
You're learning. Good.
Yeah, I've really enjoyed interactions with the students that I've had. I mean, I have an intentional place for that and the hiring of some lockup students every year, and that's been a part of that. But even beyond that, I've very much valued the interactions with the people that I have come into contact with, because you all have something to offer, and it's really fun to actually see that. I see a humanness in that, and you and whoever that interaction is, and it's just a very valuable thing. I hope that's reciprocated from you guys, but yes, that I would hope there's some freedom to do that, or braveness to do that as well.
And you might want to say, I'm gonna answer this one too. I'm cheating. Just so you know, there was a time when we had study groups in Biblet, and several of you have been a Biblet study group leader. You talk about wonderful ministry. What you do is incredible ministry too, but you did these different things too, and I loved that. Thank you. And I watch, of course, I'm one of the oldies. I've been here for like forever. I do watch you interacting with students, and it blesses my heart so much. And, you know, like Darlene and I see each other a lot of mornings, and we get to talk, and Woody, you always give a cheerful word for me, and that blesses my heart. I mean, there's just, and I just know as a faculty member, when something's gone wrong, I know that you will try to help me as quickly as you can, and I appreciate that. So, yeah?
I would make one comment about the interaction with students. When I started here in January of 1979, I was hired on to do the dormitory request things because the dorms were really in pretty bad shape. It's not that the guys weren't doing a good job that were here at the time. It's just that I came on when there were like 700 students here, and they weren't able to keep up with what was going on. But I specifically remember one time I was in Herb Hall, and I was talking with a student, and my director, my boss, came by, and I thought, oh man, now I'm in trouble, because, you know, I came from working in construction, and where you just kept, you know, your nose to the grindstone all the time. And so after that incident of talking with that student, I went back to his office, and I apologized to him for that, and he says, oh no, that is part of your job now. You need to be doing that with the students. And so I thought that was a wonderful experience.
Oh, that's great. Yep. All right. What is something that the student body needs to work on in regards to cleanliness and shared living environments around the campus? What do we all need to do better? Some of you are laughing. Holly's laughing.
Oh, Phoebe and we talked.
Oh, okay.
I would have one thing to say, and it kind of relates to what I was just saying. I really think each one of you already contributes to the cleanliness of that in some way, even if it's small. There's likely something you're already doing that is helping with that, and so thank you for that. But that's what my thing would be, is to just recognize what that is, and ask yourself, like, can I do it once more, and then, you know, if that works, can I do it again, kind of a thing. Just small steps, basically. Not because we all add value to the world around us in some way. Just recognize that and expand on that. So.
I guess one thing I would say, I was fortunate enough, I think it was 3 years ago, I was able to go with Clay Stauffer and the backpacking crew up to Colorado. And one thing Clay really stressed on that trip is leave no trace. I don't know how many of you have done a lot of hiking. My wife and I like to hike, and our goal every time we go somewhere is to leave no trace. And that means whatever you take to the trail, you bring it back with you. You don't even throw an apple core away. If you have a Kleenex, whatever, you pack that up and you bring it back. And I think that really made an impact on me, what Clay was trying to teach our class at that point. And so I kind of have, not even just when I'm hiking, but I've tried to incorporate that, sort of that rule into my own life is, if I make a mess, I clean it up. Don't leave a trace. So I don't know if that's helpful or not, but Clay always talked about if you pack it in, you're going to pack it out. So I try to live by that mantra. I think is important.
Well, we're wrapping up our time, but is there anything else that anyone would like to add or like to say to the student body specifically?
I would just say one thing regarding the trash, which does tend to pile up in the mods. Consider that visitors, your mod mates, prospective students, parents, a lot of times we have those areas, generally speaking, where the entry door is for ease of emptying it, etc. Just consider about what kind of a first impression that leaves. And it's the first thing, I'm gonna quote my friend next door to me here. You know it's bad when you're climbing the stairs and you can smell the trash before you even get into the mod. So I'm just going to encourage and ask that you help your RAs. I know that is a job that the RAs are tasked to do. And I know that that's a mixed bag depending on who's living with you and who's better at that. But I echo Woody. I think just consider those around you, those who, you're in charge of taking care of, and your mod mates and visitors. You go to eat the cafeteria 3 times a day, maybe twice. Grab that trash each time on your way down and then take it out back and toss it. And thank you for trying and putting forth the effort.
We have and you get to be a part of this too. We're going to thank their ministry and service. We're thanking the facilities people. I couldn't get enough Mr. Goodbars, and some of them are not misters. I got a whole variety of stuff. And you guys just have to share if you don't get the right kind you want.
Okay.
But we're trying to say thank you. Phoebe's going to read the names, and then I'll pass things out.
Corey?
Corey Regier.
Tim Parrish?
Tim Parrish, right there.
Forrest Miller? Jim Mason?
Jim Mason.
Holly Kendall?
Holly, here we go.
Mary Jantz?
Mary.
Deb Hebert? Tim Goring? Max Eden?
Max.
Okay.
Okay. Jeremy? Okay.
Oh,
Jeremy, yes.
Marlo Dirksen?
Marlo.
And Darlene Corona. Give him a hand. So we as a student body would just like to thank you for all you do and for cleaning up after our messes, even though it's probably not the most pleasant sometimes. So just a big thank you to you. So thank you for your time. Thank you guys too.
Excuse from the front. Thank you. Bye-bye.